school, the one you walk into every morning, groggy and half listening to your music, isn't what it used to be. You know that already, don't you? It looks the same. It sounds the same. But deep down, in the pit of your stomach, you've started to feel it. Something changed. Not all at once, not dramatically, just small things, subtle, dismissible. Your name stopped getting called during roll call. The hallway lights seem brighter than usual, or maybe dimmer depending on the day. The sounds of your own footsteps, they don't echo anymore. In fact, they don't make sound at all. If any of this rings familiar, stop what you're doing and listen. This is not just your school anymore. It's learning. And worse, it's remembering. It started after winter break. At first, it was the clock. Room 212's wall clock froze at 10:02 a.m. Just froze. Everyone laughed it off, but when it resumed, it skipped ahead 15 minutes like nothing had happened. Then the bell rang, once at 8:15, again at 8:17. No one moved. Not the students, not the teachers. Just silence. That wasn't the worst part. The worst part was when the intercom turned on and whispered. Not an announcement. Not static. Whispering. It didn't stop for 3 full minutes. Some people claimed they heard their names in it. Others say they heard themselves screaming. Me? I heard the voice say present over and over until the word lost all meaning. 2 days later, Mateo didn't show up to gym. His bag was still in his locker, his name still listed on the roster. But when I asked anyone about him, even Mr. Kendall, his favorite teacher, he looked confused. Mateo who? I asked his best friend Carlos. You mean our janitor? Then came the stickers. Tiny, glossy airplane stickers began appearing on lockers across the second floor. They didn't mean anything at first, until I saw one on my locker. I peeled it off. The next day, it was back. Clean, centered, like it had always been there. 3 more lockers were stickered by Friday. All of them belonged to students who were now missing. Then came the new teachers. They didn't introduce themselves, didn't smile the way real people do. Some wore clothing out of place, like from a different decade. One wore a sweater in July. They never blinked when the bell rang. And if you stared long enough, you'd notice they weren't breathing. One asked me for my name before I had spoken a word. When I hesitated, she tilted her head and said, "We already have it. Attendance has been taken." By now, the changes weren't small anymore. Classrooms would glitch, literally glitch. Maps on the walls rippled, desks rearranged themselves when no one was looking. At exactly 1:11 p.m., the intercom clicked on and said, "We are realigning the curriculum. Please remain compliant." The lights dimmed, and for a brief moment, everyone in the room froze. Not like they were confused, like they were on pause. I tried to leave early that day, made it to the south stairwell. The exit door was gone, just a wall of brick. The fire escape? It now ended in the middle of nothing, like the building had edited the rest out. So I turned back, ran to the hallway, and saw myself. Not in a mirror, not a reflection. Me, standing across the hall, wearing the same hoodie, same shoes, only their smile came first. Then mine followed a second late. I blinked. They didn't. When I told Bree, she gave me the same look Mr. Kendall had given me about Mateo, a kind of polite confusion. "You're tired," she said. "We're all tired. There's midterms." I asked her to show me her locker. She had the sticker too. She peeled it off. I watched her. The next day, back again, perfectly centered. That night I didn't sleep. I opened my school-issued tablet and accessed the network's floor map. That's when I saw it. Sublevel R secure. I clicked it. The page glitched. When it came back, the tab was gone. But I'd seen enough. The school has a sublevel no one talks about. Not for students, not for staff, just labeled R. I think it stands for replaced. I'm telling you this because you've seen it too, haven't you? You've noticed how time skips, how the teachers don't seem right, how your name is never called but somehow always known. That's not coincidence. It's tracking. The school isn't just a building, it's a system, and it's running tests. If you're still reading this, good. You haven't been taken yet, but the system may already be watching. Watch for the signs. Clocks stuck at 10:02. The bell ringing twice. Stickers you don't remember. Teachers who don't breathe. A hallway that feels one step too long. Your own name whispered when no one's there. If more than 2 of those things happen in a single day, you've been marked. And if the final bell rings and no one stands up, don't be the first. Wait, count 11 seconds, then walk. Do not run. Do not look back. Only take the stairs. Never the elevator. If it opens on its own, it's not there to take you somewhere. It's there to remove you. And if the hallway stretches longer than usual, take 7 lefts, then 1 right. No more, no less. You might find a door. If it has the airplane sticker on it, it's already too late. I waited until after school. The halls cleared, the sun slipped behind gray clouds, and the building began humming, like it was settling into something unnatural. I followed the instructions scratched into the back of a bathroom stall I found days ago. After hours, south stairwell, 7 lefts, 1 right. If you see a hallway you don't remember, don't stop. I moved quickly, turned once, twice. The air grew colder. My footsteps made no sound, as if the building had forgotten how to echo. By the 5th turn, the walls had changed. No longer plaster and painted bricks, just smooth concrete. Seamless, too clean, sterile. By the 7th left, I felt dizzy. My ears were ringing. Something was pressing down on me. Not physically, but like a presence had slipped inside my thoughts. Then I turned right, and there it was. A steel door, no window, no handle. In the center, a single airplane sticker, glossy and pristine. I approached it. It opened on its own. The sublevel didn't smell like a school. It didn't smell like anything. The halls were perfectly silent. Fluorescent lights pulsed overhead in strange rhythms. I couldn't tell if they were malfunctioning or breathing. Every few feet I passed observation windows. Inside each, a student, sitting at a desk, unmoving. But they weren't real. They were recordings. Frozen frames of people mid-blink, mid-sentence, eyes wide like they'd been caught between thoughts. Glitched, looped, incomplete. One of them looked like Bree, but not quite. And another one, 2 doors down, looked like me. Except the eyes were blank, and it was smiling, even though mine wasn't. A distant intercom buzzed to life. Subject 318 has entered repetition sector. Attendance confirmed. 318, that's my locker number. The walls vibrated softly. Doors began locking behind me as I moved forward. There was no way back. I turned into a wider corridor labeled Cohort C, Curriculum Sync. There, I saw them. Rows of desks, each occupied. Each student repeating the same motion, pencil to paper, look up, blink, smile. Pencil to paper, look up, blink, smile. The floor shifted beneath me, subtly, like I was being conveyed forward. Then I saw something worse than all the others, a classroom that looked identical to my homeroom. Same posters, same seating chart, but every seat was filled with versions of me, hundreds, all wearing different clothes I owned, all in different emotional states, smiling, crying, shouting, all writing the same sentence. I will stay, I will stay, I will stay. I turned, ran. The intercom crackled again. Deviation detected. Subject attempting egress. Disruption protocol engaged. Lights turned red. Walls folded in. The hallway retracted behind me. I sprinted through a set of double doors, found myself in what looked like an abandoned auditorium, old projectors hanging from the ceiling, their lenses pointing at nothing. In the center of the room, a podium, and behind it, something waiting. It wore a teacher's uniform, but its skin shimmered, glitching like a corrupted file. Its face was smooth, featureless, but it spoke, and it used my voice. You were not supposed to notice. You were marked for integration, but you kept resisting. The system needs compliance, not memory. I backed away. It raised its hand and pointed to the ceiling. A projector activated, and there I was, on screen. Every hallway I had walked, every face I doubted, every second I paused instead of obeying. These are your errors. We will correct them. The floor beneath me glowed. I remembered, 7 lefts, 1 right. But there was no second exit. There was only up. I ran toward the projector, jumped, grabbed onto the dangling power cable. The moment I pulled it loose, everything glitched. A shockwave tore through the room. The entity at the podium flickered, shrieked in a corrupted tone that made my teeth hurt. The screen fractured. The students in the desk froze mid-motion. Then, silence. Real silence. I woke up in the nurse's office. Sunlight. Normal voices in the hallway. My bag beside me. Miss Harlan, the nurse, looked confused. "You passed out," she said. You were found at the foot of the stairwell. Do you remember anything? I nodded. No, I lied. But I did remember. I remembered everything. That day, everything seemed normal, but off. The bell rang. Once, then again. Only I noticed. I waited 11 seconds, then walked out. Didn't run. Didn't look back. Took the stairs. Past the elevator. It opened by itself. Inside, me. Or something trying to be me. I kept walking. I left that day and never went back. But sometimes, late at night, I hear it. The intercom click. The soft whisper of my name from the hallway. And on my door, every morning, a new airplane sticker. No matter how many I peel off, if you're reading this, it's not too late. But you're running out of time. Check your locker. Look in the mirror. Listen to the intercom. If it says your name before you speak, you've already been added to the system. And if your reflection blinks first, you need to leave. The school is no longer a school, it is a system. And it's building a perfect version of you, so it can delete the original.